Shamps and giggles, history, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective. Shamps and giggles back for 2024. Oh my lord.
To press the recording button as we introduce Dr. Tamia Bethea Williams, who is just a phenomenal speaker. As we're learning, we're getting the full run and the full bio. Going to give us this phenomenal conversation on health challenges, interviewed with Dee Natural. And here we have Jemmy, phenomenal researcher, just giving us the bio of Dr. Tamia. So Jemmy, do carry on. Sorry to have interrupted you.
She was honored with the esteemed title of Renaissance Woman by the Sweet Mother Foundation in 2019. Her illustrious career spans over 3 decades in the MLL industry, where she has garnered the accolades as one of the top producers I'm really sorry for saying there's so much here, surpassing $1 million worth of earnings. She cherished her role as a devoted mother of 3. The list is just endless. I just need to let the interview go on. I was only supposed to have 45 seconds, and 45 seconds, I need to be one of those rappers to get it all out. The list is just endless. Joseph, this is a phenomenal woman. I'm out.
Just amazing.
Thank you, James. Appreciate that. So everyone, as you heard, this lady is phenomenal. She's achieved so many things. That list was not even half. There's more. There's movies, there's directors, there's so many things that this lady has done. But today she's going to be talking about health and how we can improve health and what products can help you. So I'm going to hand it straight over to Dr. Tamia Bethea Williams. Sorry. So I'm going to hand it straight over to you, Tamia.
Thank you, Dee. Thank you. Well, Jimmy, thank you for that wonderful introduction. And thank you to all of you who showed up today, and those that are listening in this Zoom, and those that may be listening elsewhere. Even if you're listening inadvertently, I promise you, you'll probably hear something that either you can relate to or you know of somebody who can possibly relate to it. I am elated to be here, coming to you live, you heard me say, from Chicago, where I've just been so empowered and enlightened by so many amazing women, a lot of women that look like me, talk like me, eat like me, act like me. And we're on a mission to help ourselves. And so I wanna start by just saying this. You know, it's great to have accolades, but I'm going to tell you something. None of that would not be possible if it were not for the adversity, the trials and the tribulations that I've had to overcome in my life. I tell people all the time, I don't look like a person that has gone through as much as I've gone through. I don't look like a person who's been through the things that I'll share with you here in just a moment. For an example, let's just dive right into it. I don't look like breast cancer. I don't look like a person who was on antidepressants for 30 years. I don't look like a person who was almost 300 pounds. I don't look like a woman who perhaps had to leave her job to take care of a child that lost oxygen at birth and was diagnosed as being severely mentally retarded. I don't look like a person who had issues with sleeping at night and was on a sleeping medication because I could not sleep. But the person that you're looking at is that person. But I'm here to report today that none of that is my experience any longer. None of that. I've lost the thoughts of suicide. I've managed to eradicate 90 pounds. In other words, I've lost 90 pounds. My waist used to be 42, 44 inches around. It is now 28, 30 inches around. I feel better than I felt in years. I tell folk, D, if I could bottle this stuff up the way I feel and sell just an ounce, I become a multi-billionaire overnight, but I can't. And so what I want to do today is I want to share briefly with you, and I'm glad that Joseph, that you asked everybody to get a pen and something to write on, because some of you may say that I talk fast. I'm from South Carolina, y'all. I am from South Carolina, but I'm not from the slow talking part of South Carolina. I'm from the fast talking part, but I'm not going to take the blame for what you miss. Okay. And so if you feel I'm talking too fast, it's not me, y'all listening too slow. So y'all got to listen a lot faster. So I'm going to share my screen right now, and we're going to dive right into this information. And so I want to share something that I've been doing that has really been having a huge impact on my life. Give me 1 second. Let me just close this down. A huge impact on my life. I've managed to find an amazing company called Love Biome. You may want to write that down. LOVEBIOME, Love Biome. And if you don't have anything to write with or something to write on at the moment, you can always reach out to D Naturals. You see her there, and she'll put her information in the chat. And those that are listening here today, Joseph, Jimmy, those individuals that are out there listening, right? And they will put you in touch with the people that you need to be in touch with to get even more information. And so this company, I love this company because this is not their first rodeo. They're the ones that introduced liquid supplements to the world exactly about 27 years ago in the form of Tahitian noni. Now, my husband is a Trini. He's from Trinidad and Tobago. And when we go to Trinidad, when we go anywhere in the Caribbean, Jamaica, Guyana, Grenada, and we've been all over the place, a lot of folk got noni trees growing in their backyards. They got noni. I mean, it's just dropping to the ground like it's nothing. And they're saying, oh my God, I'll be glad when it go away because I don't like the smell of it. And I don't like the taste of it. And some of them, they've even cut their trees down. If they only knew, because of the owners of Love Biome and what they did with introducing noni to the majority of the world, the way that they did it in the form of a liquid supplement, a lot of people came to know, and a lot of people got a lot of benefit. So much so that, of course, it got the attention of the medical industry. They wanted to know if what people were saying was true. They wanted to know if people are saying, oh, my cancer cells, they're no longer there, or the tumor is no longer there, or perhaps my blood pressure balanced out, or my diabetes is now have been regulated. They said, nah, there's no way a supplement can be doing this. So, of course, it got the attention, as you heard me say before, of the medical industry, and they started studying the noni and researching it, only to find out that what was being said was absolutely true. So now here in the United States, it's in the physician's desk reference under the name Morinda citrifolia. And so let's fast forward 26, 27 years later. The same owners, they found a way to make that noni, okay, even more potent. And what they did is they created this technology that is patented, where they sit the noni underneath these red lights, okay, and they let it sit there for 30 days. So imagine the sun never going down, being up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 30 days, for a whole month, and just beaming on something. That's what we've done. And so because of that, that noni is now, the polyphenols in it is now 25% more, the 25% greater, and also the phytonutrients. So hold that in mind as I take you through this information here real quick. So today I'm going to talk to you about something that you may not know about, but it's been with you since the beginning of your creation. It's been with me since the beginning of my creation. It's called the microbiome. The microbiome. You have several microbiome systems at play in your life every single second of the day. And I'm going to talk about two in particular, one in more detail than the other. Then I'm just going to touch on the other one. I want to talk to you about the gut microbiome. Your center. Why your center? Because what we're learning is that when you take care of your center will take care of you. As you heard me say before, well, I don't know if I said it or not, but you probably heard the accent. Yeah, I did say it. When I was growing up in South Carolina, my grandmother raised me after raising 21 children, 11 of her own and 10 of her own brothers and sisters. But she had medicine for whatever ailed us. And a lot of times when something ailed us, she would give us a purge or a good cleaning out, because she knew that if I took care of the gut, then you'll be all right in the morning. You'll be fine in the morning. And that's what she did. And so we're going to talk about the center. These folk knew something way back then that many of us have gotten away with, or gotten away from, I should say. We've gotten away from it, okay? And so I'm going to talk to you about that because I believe that through this and the microbiome in general, we're helping people to look their best. We're helping people to absolutely feel their best. And we're helping people to create a life that they truly, truly love living. Whether we like it or not, the era of the microbiome, it is here. But I want to invite you right now to just ask yourself this question. You don't have to answer it in the chat, but I want you to ask yourself this question. Do I take my personal health to be my most valuable asset? Do I? I didn't. I thought that I was, but then I realized I'm putting everything and everybody else before me. I'm always the last one to eat, the last one to do this, the last one to do that. And always the one folk want to call to borrow this or to borrow that. Always. And I'm always putting them first. But what about me? I want you to really, really start to take your personal health to be your most valuable asset. And how are we going to do that? Through protecting our health. We got to protect our health. Take a look at this slide. You see, everything that you're looking at here, you want to know what these things have in common, these diseases have in common? 60% of the people here in the United States and 33% of those that's in the United Kingdom, they're walking around with one of these. They're walking around with one of these. Imagine the numbers that's being exposed to this knowledge right now. How many of them may even have a challenge happening on the inside of their body right now? Some know it and some don't even know it. And 40% in the United States, and I beg to say about 20% in the United Kingdom, are walking around with two or more. And a lot of them don't even know. Well, this man, Hippocrates, you want to write his name down. He walked the earth. He walked the earth 2,500, 3,000 years ago. I want to share 3 quotes with you here today, and I'm going to share 4 points, and then I'll be done. And so he knew some things about the human being. He knew because he studied the inside of the body extensively. He knew what the colon looked like, what the inside of a colon looked like, of a person who lived to be in their hundreds and another person who lived and died prematurely or at a very young age. So he told us from start to finish where disease started and what we need to do to prevent it and what we need to do even after you have it. But take a look at this slide. He said, illnesses do not come upon us out of the blue. They are developed from small daily sins against nature. And when enough of these sins have accumulated, illnesses will suddenly appear. Listen to me carefully. Every single one of us listening right now, and even those that's not, you want to know what we have in common? We all came here with cancer cells. When those cancer cells are activated, it's up to us. We activate them from our diet, from the air we breathe, from the products we use, from stress, anxiety, depression. But if you keep on doing, or as he refers to as committing those small daily sins, it will show up. Disease will show up. And so Love Biome decided, they actually launched on February the 22nd, 22222, to create some amazing products to take care, to address the microbiome, especially the gut microbiome, to feed microbial cells food that they're familiar with, food that they were designed to use to help take care of every part of us. But it didn't just happen overnight. There's a question that the owners wanted an answer to. And here's the question. Is there one thing everyone can focus on every day to achieve optimal health? Just one thing. And after studying trends and after several research, avenues of research, they discovered their answer. And the answer is yes. Let's dive into this. So point number 1 out of 4 points I'm going to make today. What is your microbiome? What is your microbiome? You want to write that word down. Your microbiome is you. You are more microbial than you are a human being. We don't think so because we look like solid people. We don't think so because we can't see bacteria crawling around on our skin. But for every square centimeter, that is equivalent to one fingernail, there's a billion bacteria on your skin. How many fingernails would it take to cover your entire body? Imagine for every fingernail is 1 billion bacteria. Well, we'll touch on that a little bit later, but let's get into the first microbiome system I wanted to talk to you about. That is the gut microbiome. What is the gut microbiome? It is the entire digestive system, from your mouth all the way down to your rectum. It includes all the food you eat, liquids you drink, medicines you take, toxins, chemicals, probiotics, prebiotics. It also includes all the enzymes, digestive fluids, hormones, chemicals, nutrients, and anything else that goes in your mouth right before it exits your body becomes a part of your gut microbiome. Also in your gut microbiome, there's 100 trillion microbial cells. 100 trillion. And you want to know what these microbial cells have in common? They all need to be fed. You have more microbial cells on the inside of you right now than stars in the sky. And if I were to evenly divide your microbial cells amongst the entire human population, I'd have to do it 15,000 times to make sure they were evenly divided. That's how many you have on the inside of you. But based on what you feed them, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I want to tell you, it's been having a huge impact on your health. When you feed them right, they act right. And when you don't, they don't. And so 90% of your DNA is also in your gut microbiome. And there's 100,000 genes in your gut as well. And did you know that your gut microbiome is a vitamin making factory? It makes various B vitamins and even vitamin K. And I want you to know, a lot of folk have been coming to me and it's like, well, you know, I'm deficient in this B vitamin. Now I got to take B12 shots and now I got to take the drops. That's a clear indication. If you're deficient in B vitamins, then that means that your gut is out of balance. It's in a state of dysbiosis, meaning it is not functioning the way that it was designed to because it's out of balance. Your gut can make these vitamins. And did you also know that your gut makes 95% of serotonin? What is serotonin? It's that feel-good hormone. It's that hormone that helps you manage stress, anxiety, and even depression. Yet 1 out of every 6 individuals are on an antidepressant. I was one of them on an antidepressant. Why? Because I was moody, because my memory was not as it should have been. My comprehension was not on point. Okay. And that's just to name a few. I wasn't sleeping at night. I was waking up 3-4 times in the middle of the night, could not rest to save my life. I had some issues going on. Okay. And so what was that telling me? It was telling me I should get my gut bacteria in order. But instead, the psychiatrist says, no, you need this medication. Okay. It may make you suicidal. You may not remember what you did the night before, but you need this medication to help your gut do what it could do on its own naturally, perhaps if you gave it the food that it understood. And so many people are walking around on these drugs, and the system that was placed on the inside of them by the Creator can do the work. We just got to help it. And did you know that 70 to 80% of your immune system is also located in your gut microbiome? 70 to 80%. Yet, well, let me just say this. Some people probably say, well, where's the rest of it, Dr. Tamia? Where's the rest of the immune system? Well, it's in your lymph nodes, it's in your tonsils, it's in your thyroid, it's in your appendix. Yet these are organs that most doctors, not all, the minute you have a challenge with them, the doctor's ready to just remove it. Take it out. Let's get rid of the appendix. Let's get rid of the tonsils. Well, I beg to differ. Whatever was put on the inside of me, I believe it was placed there for a reason. Yet, keep in mind, what you want to know, these organs all have in common? They are part of your immunity. And so when they remove them, what are they removing? And so now, if you're a person who's always catching a cold, you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, diagnosed with diabetes, diagnosed with cancer, that's a clear indication that your immune system needs to be strengthened. Here's point number 2 of 4 points and quote number 2 of 3 quotes. What is the microbiome? Or why is the microbiome so important? Why is the microbiome so important? Well, Hippocrates told us 2,500 years ago, he said, all disease begins in the gut. All disease. I referred a lot of people to the neurologist because they were having challenges with their head, headaches that would not go away. I referred a lot of people to a dermatologist because their skin was not the way that it should have been, alopecia, acne, rosacea, etc. I referred a lot of people to a gynecologist because they were having challenges with their female organs, or to a cardiologist because they were having challenges with their heart. A lot of folk. I had no idea that all of this stemmed from the gut microbiome. Take a look at this slide. All these things here, you want to know what they have in common? If I were to reverse them all back to where they originated from, all roads will lead right back to the same place, and that is gut bacteria. Oh, how I wish I knew this 30 years ago. Well, now it's better than never, right? And so it doesn't matter if a child has been diagnosed with autism, or perhaps someone here is overweight or obese, or can't sleep at night, have low energy, diabetes, allergies, skin issues. And it doesn't matter if whatever perhaps you may be dealing with, or somebody that you know may be dealing with, it's not on the slide. It doesn't mean that it's exempt. It just means that we couldn't fit it on the slide. Just know that all of it comes from gut bacteria. So what is that saying to us? If we take care of the gut, we take care of the body. Let's keep going. And so what do folk do? If you're anything like I was, I turned to medication because I knew my doctor had a pill for whatever ill I showed up with. They have a pill for every ill. And what most folk don't know is that these pills come with 6 to 9 side effects. A lot of folk don't take the time to read the small print. They just pop the pill, okay? There's pills out there to help folk lose weight. Oh yeah, it will take away your appetite. But the minute your appetite comes back, because you don't have no more pills, your appetite comes back with a vengeance. And so will the weight. It don't come along. It brings some friends, some relatives, some enemies. In other words, you gain more than you lost. That was my experience. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. What about having trouble sleeping? There's a pill for that too. But what happens when you don't have any more pills? You're staying up again. Energy drinks. A lot of folk, Red Bull. Why do they call it Red Bull? Because they're putting mammal urine into these energy drinks. And it's causing a lot of men to develop erectile dysfunction. A lot of women to have very weak libidos. They feel that, oh, I'm going through menopause. I'm getting older now. I don't want nobody to touch me. I don't want to be bothered. That's not normal. I'm here to tell you it's not. Okay. And so you may want to reconsider when you go into a store and to purchase an energy drink. Your gut was designed to produce the energy that you need to carry you throughout the entire day. And if you feel lethargic and tired, perhaps you need to give your gut the food that it understands to give you the energy that you need to carry you throughout the day. A weak immune system, there's something for that. Feeling depressed, there's something for that. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. If your microbiome is not healthy, then those treatments will do you little or no good. You see, we here at Love Biome, we are the root to better health, not the remedy, the root. If you don't believe me, and even if you do, as a matter of fact, go do some due diligence. Go out there, Google it. Google gut microbiome and any disease you can think about. Gut microbiome and diabetes, gut microbiome and hypertension, gut microbiome and sleep apnea, whatever. Google it. And you'll see that the research has already been done. It has already been done. And all roads lead right back to the same place, gut bacteria. And so here's point number 3 of 4 points. What happens when I take care of my microbiome? Well, a lot is going to happen, but I'm going to share 2 points with you for the sake of time. When you start to work on that gut bacteria, it's going to have a direct impact on every physiological system in the body. Your gut microbiome is the center of overall health in your body. You know, my husband is a plumber, been a plumber for over 40 years. And he explains it this way. You can have the biggest, baddest, nicest house in the world. But the minute the plumbing goes bad, stuff starts to back up in your pool, back up in your bathtubs, back up in your movie theater, back up in your game room, your hair salon, and your beautiful home. First thing you want to do is find a plumber, because you don't like the smell, you don't like the mess, and you don't like the way it's making you feel. Well, what about your body? You know, I had I still do have a skincare regimen, a hair care regimen, okay? We take care of our skin, we take care of our hair, we take care of our face, right? Our teeth. We're doing inside of your body. But what about your organs? What about your organs? None of us came here with a zipper. We can't unzip ourselves and take our organs out and rinse them off, clean out our arteries, and place it back on the inside, zip ourselves back up, and then continue to live and possibly live forever. We don't have see-through bodies where I can see through yours and you can see through mine, and I can tell you, listen, that kidney look like it need a little help. Perhaps you want to unzip yourself and take it out and clean it off. No. And so how do we get help? How do we get the help on the inside? By what we put in our mouths. Here's the second benefit of taking care of your gut microbiome. When you start to take care of your gut microbiome, when you start to change the condition, it's going to have an impact on your brain function. Why? Because the brain and the gut, they're connected. It's one of the largest nerves that connect the brain and the gut. It's called the vagus nerve. It's like a indoor highway. You got like transportation going up and down, up and down. And this transportation, the word for it is neurotransmitters. They're going up and down, the brain telling the gut telling the brain, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But when there is a roadblock or perhaps an accident, an interruption, maybe the red light is not working that day and people are just going around and they're crashing, and this is what happens. Your sleep is interrupted. Your mood is out of control. Depression, anxiety, and stress takes root on the inside of your body. Your memory is weak. You could be looking for your glasses and you're looking through your glasses. How can you see the frames in 1 minute and the next minute you don't even see the frames, and you're looking through them, looking for them, talking on your cell phone and asking the person, "Have you, girl, I'm looking at my cell phone. I can't find my cell phone." And it's to your ear. Ever go in one room to another room only to find out when you got to that room, you say, "Why did I come in here? I forgot why I come." And you say, "Well, let me go back to the other room," and then come back to this. That's a gut issue, man. That's a gut issue and comprehension. So when you start to work on that gut bacteria, it's going to really, really have a huge impact. Your brain is important, yes. But did you know that they're now saying that your gut is your second brain? And some neurologists are saying, no, it's not. It's the first brain. Because even a child is very intuitive. Even a child knows what to be afraid of, and it knows where not to go and how far to go. It knows. And so where does that come from? It's that intuition that is strengthened as we continue to feed our gut what it understands. Here's the fourth point and the third quote. Tell you it wasn't going to be long. So how do we take care of our gut microbiome? Hippocrates told us. He said, yeah, all disease starts in the gut, but he said, you know what you do? You want to fix yourselves. You want to feed your gut bacteria, those microbial cells, food that they understand. Then you got to let it be their medicine. You got to let food be thy medicine. But here's the thing. What is your definition of food? I felt like, listen, if it was something I could eat, it goes in the category of food. But if that were true, then how does a little girl from South Carolina coming to New York, weighing 110 pounds, wearing a size 0, just start eating what I found in New York, which was a bunch of Chinese food, a bunch of pizzerias, fast food in front of me, behind me, to the right of me, to the left of me? How is it that if food was all created equal, how did I go all the way up to 268 pounds? How did I start wearing a size 22? Because all food is not created equal. When I grew up in South Carolina, I grew up in a home where my grandfather was a sharecropper. Everything we ate, we grew. My grandmother, was a homemaker. She did the cooking. So we grew up loving okra. We grew up loving squash. We grew up loving beans and rice. We grew up on a little tiny piece of meat because we could not afford a whole piece. You got a piece of the leg. You ain't get the whole leg. I'm telling you like it was, right? You got the chicken back sometime because granddaddy always got the breast, but he wasn't fat and I wasn't either when I was growing up. But then when I came here, I was borderline obese, not obese, borderline high blood pressure, borderline diabetic, borderline high cholesterol, diagnosed with breast cancer, just a whole lot of issues, but no more. Eating food that was cheap, but it was nutritionally bankrupt, nothing in it. Learned later on in life that a lot of what I was eating could stay in my gut for up to 25 years. Even some potato chips could stay on the inside of me for up to 25 years. I had no idea that it was putting so many pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides on our food. This is not what Hippocrates was talking about. Our motto here at Love Biome is plant life gives life, because it does. Plant life gives life. But a lot of folks think that it's about the greens. No, it's not about the greens. It is about the greens, but it's not only about the greens. Maintaining a healthy microbiome is going to require plant diversity. Take a look at this slide. You want to know what all these things have in common? The colors, the consistency, the textures, all from the organic gardens around the world. And they were placed here to take care of some part of you. Consuming red foods support prostate health, reduce the risk of some cancers, especially prostate cancer, and protect against heart attacks. Orange and yellow foods boost the immune system, strengthen the bones, help with the eyes, and so much more, even cell division. Green foods, as we all know, right, will help with digestion, but support retinal health and vision, as well as lower blood pressure, been known to reduce cancer risks. White foods activate killer B and T cells, reduce the risk of colon, breast, and prostate cancers, and balance our hormone levels. Blue and purple foods, did you know that they reduce tumor growth? Yet so many people are being diagnosed with this and that and that and this. What did they know? Look at the amount of folk that's not consuming the colors. And so what did Love Biome do? They didn't stop at noni. They went a little bit further and they said, okay, let's find some more powerful superfoods. They found them in remote sources. They even found food from ancient civilizations still on the earth today, of course. Food from spice markets, foods from organic and the food that are organic and ethically sourced. These are herbs. And we didn't get it from one particular location. Nah, we didn't get it just from the United States. No. We went from the North America region to the Fiji Islands. There's over 70,000 plants on the earth, over 70,000. We narrowed it down to 400 of the best. We narrowed that 400 down to 96 of the best of the best. We took some ingredients, some plant life from southern Mexico, from Guatemala, some from Italy, Spain, Israel, Greece, the United Kingdom, some from the Middle East, okay? India regions, Northeast, Southern, Western Ghats, Nats. Also the Himalayas, that's the Himalayan mountain. Well, you all get the picture. And we created our own color wheel. We made sure that you get the greens, the blues, the purples, the reds, the yellows. Why? Because they're all here. They all help with a certain part of you. Look at the purple: breast health, neurological health, mood enhancer. I can't read them all. I invite you to take a picture. Well, just know, through all of the testing, the research, we were able to formulate some products that will help your body help itself. I wish I could tell you that you're going to be cured, you're going to be healed, but I can't. But I know this: when you give your body what your body understands, your body then will have the ability to heal, to help, to fix itself. Your body will do the work, but you got to put the stuff on the inside of your body. You got to give your body something to work with. We created what we refer to as the Daily 3. We made sure we're going to save everybody some money, because you don't have to go from the North America region to the Fiji Islands and put together 96 fruits and vegetables, perfectly blended, with the right amount of polyphenols and phytonutrients, with the right amount of probiotics and prebiotics. We did all of that for you, okay? The right amount of colors. We know that we can't eat 96 fruits and vegetables every day, okay, in the different colors. And so we made it where all you got to do is just take 2 sips and open up 1 little pack of powder, put it in 6 to 8 ounces of water or juice, and drink it every day and get total gut health. One is going to balance the gut, one is going to detox the gut, and one is going to feed the gut. We make sure you don't have to worry about it because there's no additives. Okay, it's 100% vegan, it's USDA organic, it's proactive health, it's gluten-free products, 100% plant-based, no added sugars. Why would we put sugar in something when we know that sugar feeds bad bacteria? It's food for cancer. Sugar is food for diabetes. It is food for high blood pressure. It's food for obesity. I think y'all getting the picture. It's non-GMO, meaning no strawberries in here that look like apples. No seedless mangoes. Did you know there's seedless mangoes? There's seedless mangoes. An Indian man invented some seedless mangoes, and now they're starting to spread across the entire globe. None of that. No seedless watermelons and seedless grapes. Non-GMO, glyphosate residue-free, meaning no pesticides, herbicides, or insecticides. We did this thing right. And this is the one thing you can do every day to help your body create the ideal gut microbiome. We also formulated, and I won't be able to go into the details of this, but I'm sure Dee and Helene will be able to assist you in that as well. But we created some targeted probiotics. We took it up a notch because we know that the body is familiar with these targeted probiotics. Your body knows Lactobacillus gasseri to help it manage weight, doing the same thing that Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro is doing, because it tells your body to produce a hormone called GLP-1 that your brain tells your gut, listen, make insulin so this way the body won't absorb the sugar. It's amazing at what happens here. Energy formula, until your gut goes back to producing the energy that is necessary so that the body can go and flow throughout the day. Use this. There's 75 milligrams of natural energy in here, natural caffeine in here from natural sources, okay? And by the way, they all taste good. Can't sleep at night. Have a child that's autistic. I've been diagnosed with ADHD. Perhaps you are having a challenge as well. Doesn't matter with what, okay? Try them. They work. We created a sugar blocker, something to block the sugar, to keep your gut from absorbing up to 80% of the sugar it would normally absorb if it were not for this sugar blocker, okay? Remember, I told you sugar is food. It is food for a lot of stuff that we don't want, okay? It is food. Take a look at this slide real quick. Too much sugar in the brain equals dementia. Too much sugar in a child's brain, ADHD. Too much sugar in the teeth, cavities, gum disease. Too much sugar in the blood, diabetes. Too much sugar in the eyes, glaucoma. Too much sugar in the skin, wrinkles, accelerates aging. Cancer feeds on sugar, and too much sugar impairs reproductive function in men and in women. Sugar is 6 times more addictive than cocaine and even heroin. And if you think you're drinking a bottle of pop, just one bottle of pop is okay, just know the next time you drink it, you just ate 16 teaspoons of sugar and you fed a whole lot of cells. Bad bacteria, you fed a whole lot of them. We don't want that. Then we have one for targeted, it's thermogenic, fat burning. And then we have one to help build and strengthen your immune system. And then there's a second microbiome system. It's a postbiotic souffle for the skin. If you are dealing with athlete feet fungus, jock itch, if yeast infection, ladies, on external use, babies have rash, and even bed sores of people that have been bedridden for a long time, losing your hair, your eyelashes, your eyebrows, you have skin issues, wrinkle, or perhaps dark spots, cellulite, stretch marks. It doesn't matter. Whatever your skin is going through, acne, doesn't matter. Try this and see what happens. Even pain, burn marks, or burns, try it. Can't make any claims. It's simple, it's safe, and it's accessible. And it is chemical free. You can eat it. Some folk brush their teeth with it. Some people use it in the place of deodorant because there's no aluminum in here, which will cause cancer. So we help folk look good, feel good, and live their best life. But I know that documentation beats conversation any day of the week, and I invite you to go out there and do it. But your gut health is so important. Let me tell you something. They have procedures now. One is called a FMT, fecal matter transplant, where they can find somebody with good fecal matter, take theirs and put it on the inside of you. It costs about $20,000 in the United States and Canada. I think it's free there in the UK. And they're going to take somebody else's waste and put it on the inside of you in hopes that it will multiply, and the bad bacteria will then be beaten by the good bacteria, and it'll balance out eventually. Then you got to be on a prescribed medication just in case you have any adverse reactions. Come on now. And if you don't want that procedure, they have it in pill form and liquid form. I don't know about you, but I'm okay. I'd rather do the daily 3, right? And so they also have tests now to tell you, based on the condition of your gut bacteria, about how much time you have left to live. A lot of folk, in my humble opinion, they're dying prematurely. Read some of these articles, and you would also see how your gut is extremely important. So there's a lot of folk that have been testifying, and they're saying they're sleeping better, and they've lost weight, and things are just happening in their lives that would have never happened otherwise. And so you want to get in contact with D Naturals or whoever invited you here, Helene as well. And you want to tell them what intrigued you most about what you heard. And they're going to help you, and also what you're dealing with, or perhaps not. Perhaps you just want a gut health regimen, and I think we all should have one. I know I'm on one, been on one for 1.5 years. And they will help you customize a package that best suits you, and even show you how you can get it free if you want it. And so I wish I had time to go into the rest of this, but for the sake of time, I won't. But what I will say is, once again, if I talk too fast, it's not me. Y'all listen too slow. I'm glad they recorded it so you can hear it again. But I hope you got enough information, whereas you are at least willing to look into this a little bit deeper. My life has changed. I am cancer-free. I'm on no more antidepressants. I am on no more sleeping medication, no more medicine, period. When I say I sleep like a baby, I can outsleep my grandchildren. I'm serious, y'all. I mean, I know how to do it. But when I lay my head down, my pillow say, welcome home. That's just how it is. Plus, I'm going to stand up for y'all. I can show y'all some before and after pictures in it, but I'm going to stand up. I'm here, so I'm getting ready to get out of here. But, and then I'm going to show. This is the waist now. Opposed to what it was. Let me show you something real quick before
Wow.
Oh yeah, but let me show you what it was. Let me share my screen one more time. Let me show you what it was. Y'all need to see what it was. Then y'all going to really understand. Ivy sent me this picture, and I'm like, what? I remember that. It's only gonna take me one more minute, and then I'm gonna conclude. One more minute. Where is it at? Where is it at? Come to me. Come to me. Come to me. I got Sophia up in here. Okay, where is it at? Where is it at? All right, here we go. Hold tight, y'all. Don't y'all. I'm hearing some background noise, seems like. Oh, there we go. All right. There we go. This beautiful, gorgeous woman. I tell folk all the time, yeah, I was big, but I wasn't big and ugly. I was big and good looking.
So we need some time for some questions and testimonies while you're looking for that.
I'm gonna get right on my phone, and then I'll just keep going. Ready, gonna leave here something. But yes, I'm yes, yeah, and I have yeah. So go ahead. We can get some Q&A, and if anybody have a testimony, also, if they want to share it, if you have the time to do it, we can do that as well. Yeah, whatever you want to do, I'm at your service, young lady.
Yeah, we got some hands up, Dee, unless you want to start with questions. Feeder,
yeah, we can start with the first. Yeah, Feeder. If you can unmute Feeder for us, please.
Yep,
Hello.
go ahead, Feeder.
Nice, beautiful presentation, Dr. T. I'm going to make it quick because I'm on the bus. I had a gash underneath my foot, and I used the souffle, and it helped the gash. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say heal, but it's very good. Thank you for letting me share.
Oh my God.
Okay. Yeah, did you hear that, Dee? Did you hear that, Dee?
Yes, I heard that. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Dr. Tamia, you talked about your testimonies. Anybody else on here that has a testimony or have a question before I ask? Because I know she has to catch her plane soon.
Yeah, that lady Feeder, she had the testimony, and she said that it worked. She used the cream for her burn mark, and it absolutely worked. So yeah, so she was just letting us know that.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Tia. Is Halima, is she on the line?
Do you see the gorgeous lady on the screen?
That was you. Wow. And look at you now. So which product, can I ask you, Dr. Tamia, which product is the product that you use that you would that really worked well with you?
Take your hand off your head. I see you got your hand like, what in the world? I see you. And DJ Smile, he's trying not to laugh. He had his head. But
I would say you look kind of good to me. You know.
Yeah, married, so yeah.
Which product was it for you?
It was a Daily 3 for 6 months, D. And after the Daily 3, the 6 months on the scene, and I was using the W and the B, and then they incorporated the T. But I was taking it. I really wanted my body I wanted to saturate those microbial cells, and I did. And I started really releasing. And I eat whatever I want to eat. I'm not afraid to go out to dinner. I'm not afraid to, before when you're on a diet, I can't eat this and I can't eat that. You'll find that when you start feeding those microbial cells the food that they understand, you're going to lose the taste for sugar. You'll lose the taste for bread. You'll lose the taste for cake and cookies. It's like you may have a tiny taste of it and you're like, you're not going to want it. And you got to listen to your mind. Listen to your brain when it says you don't want that. You don't eat that. And so I just don't. Let me tell you something. Nothing tastes as good as I feel. Nothing. So.
Dee, do you want me to help you with some of the questions I'm reading? Someone's put here, rheumatoid arthritis. What product would you suggest?
Well, like I said, it's all connected to the gut. I would strongly recommend with rheumatoid arthritis that individual make sure that they start with the Daily 3, as well as the Phyto Power B. A lot of inflammation comes from sugar, the Phyto Power B and the Phyto Power I. But I would need, and D would probably want to further talk to these individuals because you don't know how they're sleeping at night. You don't know. We need to know a little bit more so we can, as best we can. And once again, it's food. You can take it with medicine, without medicine. You can take it in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening. You'll get your rhythm. I take all of mine together. Some folks say, no, I take my detox at night, but you'll get your rhythm. And in addition to that, you'll know what you need to take, and you'll go from there. And it's just food. So a pregnant woman can take it. A breastfeeding mom can take it. A child, as long as they're eating food, they can take it. Even animals can take it.
All right, I'm going to read one more, and then Dee, you can put the ones that's got their hands up. Yeah, there's someone.
There's some hands up.
Okay, there's someone that's asking the question. Grace, she said, did you take a product along with your cancer treatment, and how long did you? Yeah, and the other one was, how long did it take for you to lose all the weight?
I had cancer before Love Biome, and I was treated with radiation, 15 sessions of radiation, and the radiation, it burned my skin, it turned it black, and then it blistered, and the flesh was showing, and it got really hard like a rock. That's what radiation does. It destroys that tissue. So that's why they keep you connected to a cosmetic surgeon here in America. So they can even make more money because they know you're going to need some reconstruction or whatever. In my case, I did not. They told me what it was going to take. Okay, I'm ready. They told me what it was going to take. Usually would take about 8 to 10 years. Guess what? I'm 8 months. The color came back and it's soft. Unlike a lot of people. And I told my oncologist, listen, let me tell the patients about it. She said, no, Dr. Tamia, I don't want to get in trouble. And I'm like, are you serious? So I know about something, you're excited about it, and you're telling me not to tell anybody. I don't get it. But I do get it, because they take an oath to write prescriptions. So go figure. Sad, but true. So I'm going to switch over to my phone now, y'all, and then. So go ahead, Dee. I'm here.
Okay. Thank you for that. So Dr. Tamia, she has to go into her phone because she has to travel to catch her plane, but she's still going to be with us. Can we unmute Ish?
Eshe.
Is that Eshe?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, hi, Eshe.
Hi. Yeah, just a quick one. I just want to know, just to keep the bacteria in your gut balanced, which is the best one to take?
You want to be on the daily 3 and you want to be on the daily 3. And this is so important because but keep in mind now, you sound like someone who has some knowledge as far as this is concerned. I love it. And so the thing is that every 120 days, we all get a blessing. And that blessing is we get a new set of red blood cells. Every 5 to 7 days, we get another set of white blood cells. And believe it or not, every 7 years, our bones regenerate. Believe it or not, this is just amazing. And so when you are using these products and you're using them consistently for 120 days, by the time you get a new set of cells, red blood cells, guess what? Those red blood cells are going to be different. Now, if we keep doing what we're doing, it's not going to get better, right? But if we incorporate feeding the microbial cells the food that they understand, guess what's going to happen? They're going to change for the better. And so that's why we tell folks, don't start it unless you're going to make a commitment to stay on it for 120 days.
Great, thank you.
Thank you for that, Tamia. We have
You're welcome.
Cynthia.
Yes, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are, good night. Greetings to everyone. I have a testimony to share. Dr. Tamia, I love your presentation and I really want to say thank you. You're a blessing. And also, I would like to say, I'm 73 years old and I always took good care of my health. But about a month ago, I went for my regular walk because I'm a walker. I live near to the lake and I'm retired. And before I reached home, I was attacked with a pain on my leg. And since then, I was not the same. I started to get excessive pain. And at night, I had to rub my leg down with castor oil. And I had to put a heating pad. But the worst part of it, to get up from my bed, I had to use my walking pole to walk inside my house. So I found out about this product through my friend Eleanor. And I tried the calm and the eye. It was not enough for me. When I did my research, it said it's a nerve. It could be the sciatic nerve because I saw a therapist and she had treated me for 3 hours, but the pain only went away for about like a few hours and the next day it was back. But when I introduced the B, which is the blocker, I felt a lot better. But when I decided to try the Phyto Original, today I'm walking normal and I'm able to do my household chores.
Wow.
But not yet at my balance to do the lake walk. But I can walk and I can do everything, my gardening and everything. And I must say that the product works with everyone body at a different stage and a different time. But
Yeah.
I've seen great improvement by just using the original B in 1 day. So that is my testimony. I want to say that, you know, proper nutrition, the body needs it because I used to be anemic and I had to use B12 and B. And since I'm using this product, I don't have to use those 2 items of vitamins. So I want to thank the Love By Me company for being so dedicated to think of us because medicine only blocks the problem. But herbs and minerals and a balanced product like Love By Me, it helps us to have a normal life again and to live longer. Because I never thought I would see 73 years old, but I
Amazing.
did a few days ago. So I want to praise the Lord because
Yes.
now I can do the Lord's work
Yeah.
from my home without even worrying where I have to sit because I
Love
can
it.
sit, I can move, I can run. So this is my testimony to encourage someone that even my eyes had a lot of floaters and now there is no floaters in my
Oh,
eyes.
that's
Well
good.
Amen.
done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
amen. Yeah, because they would
Well
have
done.
said those floaters were leading to glaucoma and eye disease. So well done, Cynthia. Yeah.
That's right. And very good point, Cynthia, that, you know, these medicines they give you are just blocking the real ailments that you have. And as Dr. Tamia pointed out, once you take away the pills, whatever it was you're suppressing just comes back with a vengeance. Let me just say, we're just loving these testimonials. Dr. Camille, that was a beautiful presentation. We've only got a few minutes left. Let me just give thanks to our radio listeners and let them know that, you know, you can find us shamsandgiggles.co.uk. The video will be coming out on YouTube. If you visit the website, just sign up in the contact form. And of course, when the video is released, we can send you the link so you can review the discussion that we've had, which has been absolutely phenomenal. The testimonials, absolutely amazing. We don't have to stop now with the testimonials.
Yes,
Better yet, we're not going to be recording per se. So if some of you are a bit shy of being recorded, and you know, without the recording, you feel you want to feel more at ease to converse and let us know what's been going on. But there's a lot of people in the room, a lot of people that can benefit from this product. I've been listening with wide open ears. I've had my pen and my paper right in front of me. I've been taking tons of notes. So it's going to be a great discussion afterwards. And radio listeners, goodbye. But for those of you in the room, let's continue the conversation. Sarah Jean, your hand is up. Do talk the things. You have to unmute yourself, by the way, Sarah. One of the things we learned with this Zoom, right? To unmute and so on and so forth.
And can everybody give a clap for Dr. Tamia for her fantastic presentation and for finding the time to come on Shamps and Giggles when she had a previous engagement and she has to rush off to go and catch her plane, and she just squeezed us in. So I want to say thanks. If everybody can put a clap in the screen to say thank you.
Oh, you guys are
She
so
was
welcome.
amazing.
Thank you.
You was amazing. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Sarah,